Chat. Hello. Greetings. Greetings, utility enthusiasts. Bravest man on the internet putting on lip balm right as he goes live. How are y'all doing? Nick, bring back OG Dust, Gaben. You mean Dust 1 or OG Dust 2? Either or, I'm game. A noob is, says Ayush. Are you a noob, dude? If so, you're in the right place, man. You learn some cool nades. Says you seal. Hi, what's up, Sezzy? What is up, chat? My CS open? Yeah, my CS is open. We're vibing. We're illin'. Yo, what's up? What's up, Big Mike? Katak? What's up, Dimitri? What's up, dude? Ayush says I only do Dust 2. Bro, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. You can learn some sick Anubis util. Morning, Dad. Hello, Crow. Only Mirage? Yo, fuck Mirage. All my homies hate Mirage. Dead ass. I honestly think, aside from Dust 2, which is not even in the pool anymore, so I don't have to worry about it, a Mirage is the map I will literally play the least. I would literally rather play anything than Mirage these days. Anything. Over Mirage. I'll even play Inferno before I play Mirage. How do I get out of MG2? I mean, honestly, man, just learn some utility. Like, learn a lot is what I mean. I'm sure if you're an NG2, you know some utility. But, like, just learn a shitload of utility, honestly, is what I would say. Hello, what's up, Servesh? Only Italy, says Big Alpha. I mean, that's some alpha shit, Big Alpha. Do I like CS or Valorant more? I like CS more. Anubis underrated? Anubis is definitely underrated. It's a great map. I, too, hate Mirage. What's up, Tommy? Can I teach you B-Hop, Ayush? There are people who are better at B-hopping than I am who could teach you better. We did a video on B-hopping, which you can watch, but you should definitely watch. Launders has some really good B-hopping content, which you can check out. How is this good level 10 FACEIT guy? Number out of 20? I mean, I'm biased, but I would say like 18 out of 20. And I'm rating him like in terms of like whole FACEIT, you know, leaderboards. He's very talented, but he's also a fucking utility whisperer. Like, this guy knows. This guy's giga-brained. Truly giga-brained. He's not just some aim demon who runs out of A-ramp on Mirage. Who the fuck let a Yasuo main into my chat? Get out of here, Sam. What's his elo? I think his elo is... Well, it's a bit of a touchy subject, actually. I don't want... He streams all of his FACEIT games, so... His elo used to be higher. Let's just say that. A lot of big fans. A lot of big fans in people's chat when they're playing against you on FACEIT. What's your aim routine, Shouty? My aim routine is to aim bots. I don't do deathmatch. I don't do retakes before a match. I just do aim bots. That's my aim routine. I find it's the best for me. This channel to go for real. Thanks. Hydrigo. Can't get out of Gold Nova despite almost 1.5 KD. It's tough, Valentine. It's tough, dude. Seriously. It's hard to carry those games. Get a stack, get some people, and just queue maps like Vertigo. That's my advice. Dead ass. Don't play Mirage, man. Just play real maps where people don't know shit about the defaults and just destroy them. That's what I would say. Have I thought about talking about left hand right player mouse so they like cracked? It's a good idea, actually. It's a good idea for a video. We did a left-handed video, but not a left like perspective. I love you, Dimitri. Oh, thanks, Seth. He just doesn't aim. He's a low sense abuser and just pre-aims angles. Hove, thank you for describing your playstyle in my chat. Motherfucker plays on like a 1.3 sens in 4-3. I've never seen Hove aim anything. He literally just like swings his arm across his desk, and then when something appears in his crosshair, he kills it. And he also plays anchor too, so he just waits for the molly to do the work, and then when it doesn't do the work, he just farms eco frags. 1.4, excuse me. Excuse me. Ever had Chicago-style pizza? I have not, William. I have not. I love pizza, too. What is good map? Anubis is a good map. Vertigo is a good map. Ancient's a good map. When is it starting? Very soon. Our boy's just getting some food. I didn't get McDonald's, Sam, but our guest did. And I'm jealous. If I like pizza, I'll hate Chicago-style pizza. That's what I've been told. That is what I've been told. Let me just hop in. Here, pineapple on pizza. Don't bring that shit in my chat, David. Don't bring that sacrilege in my chat. Am I your guest? Yeah, Sam Gore is our guest. Man's never played CS in his life. Just did a pizza topping tier list. I should do a pizza tier list on stream. All right, you're gonna drive me crazy, Hove. You're getting really good these days at driving me fucking crazy from my chat. So I'm gonna talk to somebody who I actually want to talk to about Counter Strike, and that's my boy. That's my boy over here. Trace, you ready, buddy? You ready? Yeah, I'll hop in the server in 1 second. I got my CS. I just want to give my where's my CS? There it is. Let me not do this on stream so people can't Yep. No, I've been there. 1 second. I have been there. Cool. To read my note clip in a sec. Oh yeah, your fucking little crosshairs that I hate. Yeah. So let me. Oh, okay. If you remake it, you remake it. It's fine.
Oh, my game just crashed.
Typical CS. Oh, you all tapped? Yeah.
Earlier, I
Is
did.
CS even CS if it doesn't crash as soon as you all tap? Like, dead ass. Imagine changing your resolution in Counter-Strike and it not crashing. Cringe.
Rude.
Cringe, honestly. Cringe. Flom? Question mark? Isn't Flom live right now? Co-streaming?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where am I from? I'm from Toronto. Toronto. Who is that? You guys will see in 1 minuto.
I mean, a tip is if you've watched Flom before, you've heard my voice before.
Yeah, definitely. You've also probably watched our boy Mag7 Flom in the chest from 3 inches away.
Or
homie, I have not, dead ass dude, I have not seen a homie, like, anytime there's a Mag7 top banana now, I just think of you. I do. And I've seen the strat for years, right? Like, it's an old strat. But for some reason, you have just become, like, the hallmark of that strat to me. You know, you weren't in this game. The craziest shit happened. We were playing a FACEIT pug, and it was like a reasonably high elo FACEIT pug, like in and around 2K. And they were on a force. Homie had a Mag7 half wall, which I was like, okay, like that's standard, right? And I like try to bait him half wall. You know, like I wall bang, I do like a quick step to try to get him to fly out. We kill this guy. We kill the guy half wall. Homie asked me if the other guy playing corner also had a Mag7. And he fucking headshots me, and I fucking lost it. I was like, no way they have 2 Mag7s on this hold.
Dude,
I
Mag7s are brutal,
I was so mad. I was so mad. I couldn't believe it, dude. Oh my god.
I swear, Mag7s are brutal.
They are brutal. They're very strong, man. Did you remake, by the way?
Yeah, I'm in the server.
All right, is it the same?
Yeah, it'll be the same.
Dope. All right, then I'll give you a quick little intro so chat can see your lovely face.
Oh boy. My room that has way too many like Star Wars things in it.
No such thing, bro. I have lightsabers on my wall. True. I'll hop on T. Do you want me on T or CT? Does it make a difference to you?
Doesn't matter. Okay. If you want to throw some of the utility, you should probably go T. Or you can go spec, it's up to you.
I'll go, I'll switch between, I was debating whether I would spec or But I'll actually load in, and then I'll spec if need be. But okay, let me go gameplay with the boy. Oh, never mind. I forgot I had to switch Discord screens so that I could. There we go. There's our lad. There's our lad. Boom. So this, for those who don't know, this is Mr. Trace Denton, otherwise known as Danilo, otherwise known as Doug.
True. Don't no, Doug. Oh my goodness.
He is a NA FACEIT demon. You can catch him on his Twitch stream getting absolutely griefed in Mythic Diamond games by his allegedly high-elo teammates. What is your Big Mike says Big Doug in the house? Danilo, let's go. Hecky says hi. What elo? Everybody wants to know what elo. I didn't say earlier because I was like, I feel like it's a little bit of a touchy subject. I was like, well,
it kind of is, touchy, honestly. I mean, we were up to like 3,100, and then we went back down to like 2,600, and then right now we're around 2,800, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I told Chad, I was like, look, when you stream your FACEIT pugs, you're gonna have a lot of fans in chat, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna lose.
You don't run a delay. It's just kind of brutal.
It's definitely
I'm
brutal.
not gonna get delay anymore.
So I got Danilo. Turn Danilo up, please. Give me a sec, Hove. Give me a sec.
Yeah, let's see. My elo right now is 2718.
2718.
Yeah.
Okay, I am turning you up 1 second because you're loud to me, but if you're too low for stream, then I want to actually, you know what I'll do is I'll kick it up here and I'll put you back down on Discord. Just kick you up for the stream. Okay, so there we go. Hove, I'll trust you to let me know if this is good enough volume wise.
For once, Hov actually wants to hear something.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so we're here today because we're gonna learn some Anubis. So I've been playing this map for a long time because I played it when it was in MM, like back in 2020. But I want to add it to my ESEA team's actual roster of maps, so we can truly permaban Mirage. And I need to learn all this sick util. So I just realized I need my.
So they changed a pixel here. They've been doing a lot of changes to this map, right?
Yeah, I saw. So before we get into specific nades, what I basically want to ask to get a general idea of is like overall sort of map control, if that makes sense. Like overall like map like philosophy. Like, do you feel right now? And I know they changed the map literally, what was it, 2 days ago? Like very recently. So I know that stuff changes, but do you feel like this map is T-sided, CT-sided? Like, do you feel like it's like what do you think is sort of the general rhythms of Anubis right now?
At the moment, I feel like it's definitely T-sided because no team is like for sure set in stone on a CT setup, right? Because it's very easy when all new maps come out that they're going to be T-sided. Like, look at Ancient. When it first came out, no one actually knew how to play it.
Yeah.
So any map that comes out is pretty much going to be T-sided.
Okay.
Right? So this map has a whole bunch of different things. So like, you can have someone like for holding this push. There's so many different angles. Like there's a headshot angle because most of the time someone will throw like a smoke here, right? Or they'll throw it a little deeper and try to play it one way. Right?
Yeah, and you can play the one way up there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is it better to take the fight from here, or is it better to take the fight from here, or is it better to not take the fight at all?
Well, it's nice to know like if people are doing it, so like you don't actually have to fight it, and plus you can just hold, make them push up.
Yeah.
But this map, there's so many different playstyles on it. I know a lot of teams are defaulting towards mid and A a lot more, because A is absolutely awful to try and hold.
So it seems like T's have such an advantage hitting A site, right? It's like, because like holding it as a CT feels like hard.
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
Because you have a person like back behind the pillar, or like you have a person here. It's really awful.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to
like,
be.
Yeah.
And like,
because
when
by
you
the
gonna
time
like
like
chill here, like this is horrible. Who the fuck would want to play this? Like this is
yeah. Because I know people that do play here, like JKS, like if he starts seeing util, he'll just throw a smoke down to try to like play around it and just try to buy as much time for rotates, because that's the point of an anchor, right? you try to get one and then get people to rotate. So it's just kind of really iffy.
Is there
being
any
STB.
power position on A site that is like a sort of like, if all else fails, you know, you can try it? Like this one up here, would this be the closest thing to any sort of actual power position? Because you can also peek on the right side, obviously,
well,
right? You can fall back from
I'll throw. So say you're getting executed on. I'll throw the execute.
Okay.
Right? So
from here, I push to the right. Well, let's say I don't drop. Let's say I actually try to take a fight here.
yeah,
Because I could drop, obviously, but
there's so many different util sets that you need to throw to take the site, right? So for that spot that you're in,
yeah,
there's a molly. There's this one that's supposed to land here.
Yep.
And then the one for the half wall. Right.
Yeah, so I
So
can't
that's the
play
point
here.
of that.
Yeah, and then let's say this
And
is
then
still
this is smoked
smoked.
off.
Yeah, so then I have to drop basically or play retake. There's just no other choice. I flash through the smoke and drop, or I play retake, right? There's like no other choice.
Correct.
Okay.
It's just kind of brutal right now because
Yeah.
no team actually has a set like idea of how how to play it.
So then do you basically think that like, is it basically like is it like Vertigo where like you go A like fucking 70% of the time on T side because it's just so much easier to hit?
Well, the thing about this is if people start coming in, like it's going to be a lot easier. So there's like set strats that you can do as a CT. I know Disrupts actually has a video on it that my team actually started to use because it's what FaZe did for one round. So there's a flash that you can throw. So act like you're a T running through the steps.
Like, what do you mean? Oh,
Through
like
here?
like here,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, one sec.
So there's a flash that you can throw that's really strong. I can throw it. Right? You don't see that one coming out.
Not at all.
So that one's really strong. Like this is just a part of like what they do. It's just a bounce off of
And
this.
you literally just bounce it off the top of. Is it a
Yeah.
jump bind or you just run it?
It's a jump.
It is a jump. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate this. Sorry, I gotta change my no clip bind in a second. I'm picking a different one and I hate it. Okay, so it's just a simple like yeah. Okay. That's
yeah.
easy.
And it's
so then,
very effective.
So if you're a CT, what you're saying is like actually aggressing this with this flash is actually strong, like even like in most rounds, or you think it's not worth contesting because of drop and stuff like that.
It depends. Well, it's a set strat. So if I throw all the util for it, I can remember it. Like here's one of them. That's the other, I believe. The two smokes.
So the mid player throws the util to stairs.
Yes. So do you see this util?
Yeah. Let me see the other one.
So there's two smokes.
Yeah. Okay. So they can't see you from water, and then you smoke off stairs, and so this
And this molly's here to
Canal
block
player
them from the
can-
run up.
shit. All right.
Because it's basically just a water crunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's two people coming through A main. So this flash is getting thrown. And meanwhile, when that's happening, your person here is also scaling up through like canals or whatever you want to call this, through E-box.
Yep.
Because they're pushing up to make sure they can crunch water.
Yeah. So you want this space, what you're saying as a CT, because it's so hard to hold sight that you actually just want to fight for this space early. Because if you can get this space, it's so much easier than having to actually hold sight.
Correct.
Cool. Okay,
Because
that makes sense.
whenever you have this control, you can literally sit here, and this corner is awful to try to swing because you have a person here. It's really hard for someone to just jump down and clear you from that angle.
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, you can have like an opera posted here, just having a crossfire.
Yeah.
Or this person can be tucked, and then whenever they get contact, they can swing out.
This is a really technical question, but can you see me if you opt from there? Can you see like my elbow if I'm tucked in this corner from what's it called, cave or whatever?
Yes, but it's very hard.
It's really like tricky. It's like a pixel angle. It's like,
Yeah. Do you want to go here and look?
yeah, I'm curious actually.
It's actually very hard to see. You see just like I don't even think you'd be able to shoot them because like I'm crouched right now, and all you see
Yeah,
is like,
yeah. Like it's
asshole
like
or
I could see
something.
your hand or your elbow, but it's like really, yeah. Okay. If you don't look for it, you're not gonna see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
It's
So you're
really
not dead if you sit there.
weird.
Okay.
No, not by any means.
Oh, my cam is black. Hold on. Sorry, chat. I was shooting this one. It's my battery. There.
My cam actually went down earlier, so I had to download software because my laptop's messed up at the moment.
Dimitri just Houdini'd, says Sam. Love that for me. All right, so okay, that's good to know. Okay, so then the idea basically from FACEIT is as CTs is you want your mid player to throw stairs smoke, your what do you call this, like speedway smoke?
You can call it that. I don't know what that, like, people call it a canal. Like, I don't know. There's so many different terms.
Yeah, and I heard this is what I call canals, is like the more.
Yeah, there's just so many different calls because nothing's set in stone yet. Because like it's not like Mirage where everyone's played it for 10 years.
10 years, yeah, exactly. Okay, so but the general idea is that basically as an A player CT, you want your set strat is basically to throw your flash, fight.
I wouldn't say set strat because this is more like a set play, if that makes sense.
But is it like? When I say set, I mean, like, what are we talking set? Are we talking, like, A-ramp smokes on Vertigo? Like, how set is it? You do it every round, even if you don't fight it?
No. This is like an entire team effort thing. So say they're really starting to abuse A, you do this kind of play.
Okay. So then let's talk. Like, okay, go ahead. No, finish your point. Yeah.
You have it, like, say your op has a really good spawn, right? They will beat anybody here. And they can just post on this angle. And then you can also have another person here playing anti-flash.
Yep.
Right? So you play anti, your shot goes off, and then this person swings around, kind of thing.
Okay. So let's talk actual defaults then. The only thing I ever do really on this map, because I've played it so infrequently since they put it in the active duty pool, is I just throw a mid smoke. The top mid. Let me make sure I remember it, because they've changed everything on this fucking map so much. I think it's this one. Yep. Yeah, that's it. So I throw this smoke so we can contest. What I used to call this drop, but now everyone calls this drop. What the fuck is this called?
I don't know.
I call this drop because it's so much more common than the other one. But
I used to, whenever this first came out, I was calling this cat.
Yeah, I feel like this is not.
But I don't know what you would call this.
Whatever, I call it drop. Let's call it drop.
Yeah.
So
okay,
test drop control, and I throw that smoke for the mid. I feel like that's a smoke you should throw every round, like a basic sort of fight.
This should be like almost basic unless your opper wants to go for something.
Yeah. Okay.
But even then, taking this fight here is very weird because most of the time as a T, someone's spamming this. Right. So as a T, someone's always trying to do this if they see that smoke, trying to get a cheeky kill by, like, say you have a guy opping and he comes up and he's trying to go for this peek.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
It's just tough as a T because if you spam this, obviously you don't get the luxury of a suppressor. So like if you spam, you're either spamming this angle or you're spamming the close angle here, and it feels like the CTs can A1S back, right?
Yeah. One of the things is like this smoke here blocks this entire peek off.
Yeah. Can
right.
they can't one way here, right? On the far right? No.
No. Which kind of makes everything a lot worse. And then a lot of defaults are throwing like that smoke, this molly. Right.
What's the line for this smoke? For this mid, is it just an on the run smoke or is it actual?
There's one from here that can spawn. So your typical default has these two smokes. There's one here, like on both sides.
Okay.
So this one, let me see. There's in between the two, just at the top. If that makes sense.
In between the two, like. Sorry, ping it, but shoot it again. I shot. Oh, that one. So in between the two. I see. Yeah. This one. That. Okay. Cool.
And then you partner that with this smoke for E-box. And then that's pretty much what util's getting thrown immediately from the beginning of the round.
And what's the lineup for that E-box smoke?
So the E-box one.
On the right side?
Yes, on the right side, you'll go up in the same kind of thing with the top, but you'll go the third opening in between them, if that makes sense.
Shoot it?
Okay. Like in between those two.
In between those two. Okay. So the left side, we go here in between these far ones, and then right here, we go here on the, as you said, the third opening. Okay, cool. And I'm assuming you just drop two smokes, have one guy throw both.
Well, it really depends on like what your strat is. So like what most teams are doing is they're still having two people throw them.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to, you could have one person. It really just depends on what the strat is for the round.
Okay.
And then sometimes you won't throw the E-box smoke depending on what your opper wants to do. So if your opper has the best spawn, he will actually beat the person down here. right?
And so you want to fight this. You want to bait the peak and then take it.
Well, it's not even baiting the peak. So if the smoke goes away, your opper can beat them here. So say you both have the best spawn.
Yep.
You can be here by the time he peaks. You can be on the bridge already.
Cool. And that's
so
what,
that's
like,
what makes it really hard.
Is it the best spawn or like the first like 3 or like 2?
The best spawn.
The best spawn. Okay. Has to be the best spawn.
Yes.
Cool.
And then something else is a lot of people don't do, which is kind of bothering, is everyone else that doesn't have that spawn should be going up here. Right? And if you're wanting to do a quiet play, you can definitely do this because you don't make noise going down these.
True. I didn't know that.
But as soon as you touch the water, you make noise.
Even if you're walking.
It's really weird. It depends on how you go in. Like if you try to, because you can silent drop into it.
Yeah, you're right.
If you silent drop into it, you still make noise in the water. But if you go down and walk into it, it's not.
That's funny.
So like if you listen to this, see if you hear me.
Yep.
Which you do, because it's a splash. But then if I walk into it, you won't.
So you so you can silent drop on the steps, but if you drop from here, even
Correct.
though it is a silent drop, you're still making water noise. That's so fast.
Correct.
Shit, chat.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
And then I'll show you the exec. This is what ATK started throwing. So if this would probably be better to go into spec too.
Yeah, I was about to say it actually. I'm so sick.
And this server's a little weird for getting util, so I'll have to restart it. So this corner, this is just for the A exec.
Okay.
So this is a crouch, and do you see the dark mark here?
Yep.
So this is crouching tap jump through, right? So this is for heaven. And then the molly is the middle of this. So this molly's off half wall.
That's a crouch, but not a tap, right? That's just a crouch.
This?
Jump. No, the molly.
Oh, this is just a normal jump.
Just a normal jump, no crouch. Okay.
Yeah. So if I were to crouch and throw it, it would pretty much do the same thing. But it's just easier to just stand up and do it.
Yep.
And then with flashes, you can combine and just tap through left, right. Oops. My bad.
Oh.
Go to the top of it and do it. Right. And these flashes will blind anyone here. But the util set that you throw with that is the one from here. But with this, you already have a main control. So here, this is a left-right throw. So it lands back here. Well, typically, I don't know why it bounced like that. So it lands in the middle of steps.
Yep.
And then same spot, just jump through with the molly. Kind of does a double molly, so like you can't really run through.
Yeah, they can't really run through it.
You can aim down a little bit farther. That would help. Too far. But there's a molly where it bounces in between these two pixels. It goes here and then it bounces down here and stops the run.
True.
But then you have these flashes combined with it, right?
Yeah.
And then this person's just blind. And this person's also blind because like it doesn't matter if you're 4-3, 16-9, right? Because if you're 4-3 and you're looking here and it's not in your peripheral, right? It'll still blind you because it's just how the game works.
Yep. Well, that would be really.
So that's a big thing.
Yeah. I would even fucking switch to 4-3 if it did that.
It's a tip, like the util.
Yeah. Okay. So for A exec, so basically for T's, you want to get, let's say, Canal's control, and then you want to basically look for a default sort of A finish because it's just an easy site to take. And with proper utility.
Unless you want to go and hit B. B is a little harder because of how many angles there are, because you have to worry about this.
Yeah, it's so rowdy.
So pretty much anytime you have this, you want your A person, your A lurk, should really be trying to work their way up through here, right?
Yeah.
Because most of the time, you're going to have 2 people defaulting towards A, 2 people towards mid, and 1 towards B. Right? That's just your typical default.
Yep.
So one person's holding for this, the other person's trying to like come up through here with that E-box smoke to scale.
Yeah.
And then you can obviously have this person lurk, and then everyone else can go in for an exec somewhere.
Okay.
And the B exec's a little weird. Like I haven't seen many like actual lineup videos for it, but this is one that I'll have to find this smoke. It's been a hot minute since I've thrown it. Yeah. But there's a smoke here that lands here and blocks all of this off so this person can't peek you.
Yeah.
And it's from this angle back here, and there's a specific dot. and I always get confused on the dot. Because I'm not for sure if it'll work because they did change the map a little bit.
They changed it around, yeah. It's
yeah.
Someone
They
in my
just
chat
changed
literally
it like
just
2
said
days ago.
Liquid just picked Anubis against Big, so we're already gonna see some new nades, like literally.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But like this map just got changed.
Yeah. My curiosity is more like around knowing good default nades is obviously huge. But
Yeah.
I want to know, like, generally, like, how to think about playing this map. You know what I mean? It's like, with Mirage, it's like fast mid-control, leverage that control into a split, right? Like, don't take your sweet-ass time.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get roasted. Whereas on other maps, you can take mid-control and you can actually hold it, and it's fine, right? For this map, I'm trying to figure out, like, is the sort of, like, is the philosophy basically just, like, take Canal's control and then, like, try to leverage that into an A hit most of the time?
This map is gonna be really weird, right? Like I know what you mean. Like those maps have been played for so long, right? So like there's so many different ways to play it. Like you have so many different IGLs and like everyone's like theory crafting for this map right now.
Yeah.
Right. And there's not much you can really theory craft with like Dust 2, Inferno, all that stuff, right? It's like, okay, let's go apps pop or something like that. And then Palace pop, you can like B pop, you can like anything. You just default walk into it, right? But Mirage, I think it was FaZe and NIP that just started changing mid util around, where they're throwing 2 smokes in the middle of mid that give a very easy way to like scale down mid to flash into connector.
Yeah.
But
you mean like
that's
a wall?
one of the biggest
like a wall to cross?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Which is really effective. There is a specific dot that one of my teammates found, but I don't remember because he's the one that throws this because no one else can actually see the dot. It's a very weird. It's gotta be
like
one.
a graphic setting thing. That's
well,
fun.
It's very weird.
There's a lot of dots, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No, because you don't. The thing is, you don't want it to go in here, right? Because if it goes in here, they can still scale out, right? And they can just play this.
Yeah.
So there's a smoke that can bounce off of this pillar, not like that, but it'll bounce off, and then it'll land like here, and it blocks all of this off,
That's
right?
funny.
But it's a very weird, like hard smoke to know.
Okay.
For me, at least. Because there's just so many random dots.
I think that's definitely the most important one because you actually probably don't want to smoke E-box, right? Because you want your A lurk to crunch it, right?
Yeah.
So you actually don't want to smoke it off. Maybe like Molly or something.
That's the smoke. That's the smoke.
Okay.
Yeah. Believe so. So. I think it was this one.
Oh, you forgot the dot now, bro.
It's very hard, but it's like the same general area. Right, because it'll come. You want it to block this.
Yeah. Okay.
But then, if you want to just go for like an easy plant, like where you can go here, you want to go here, middle of the doors. It's a very easy smoke. Do you see the white dot here?
Yep, I do.
So it's just a left throw, left click. Right, it bounces off, and lands down here. Okay. And
cross, get the plant. Yeah. And this is wall bangable, but only really with an op. It's not really. Yeah, you can't really die with an AK through that.
And then the only thing that sucks is this part here. Right? But
yeah, I know, man.
You can kind of just like, you're not exposed. You can just like kind of toss it off the wall.
Yeah.
Right? Gotta go further, I suppose. But the same kind of general thing is if you can force them out of that area, that's all you need.
The worst position, in my opinion, is just behind the pillar. Like this, this pillar you're on, this actual plant spot, right there, right where you're standing. This is the worst, man. This is so hard to fucking clear out. It's like on Ancient, on A-site on. Or wait, I always invert the sites on Ancient because they should have switched B-site. B-site.
You can have some like one ways up here and stuff as well.
Yeah, it's a motherfucker. It's so hard to clear this guy out. I hate this spot.
There's a reason Dexter 1v4 Liquid with it.
Dude, it's such a stupid spot. I hate it.
Yeah, because there's different boosts that you can do, right? Like, I think there might be a boost here that you can get.
Yeah.
Not 100% sure. But whenever you do this, you're also exposed to E-box, right? But you can do a boost up here. And just to go for some cheeky kills. So, like, this is kind of like one of those things. This isn't like a default thing for a CT.
No, this works like one round. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like oh, you have a hero rifle or a hero like saved off or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're just trying to go for cheeky openings to
Yeah.
get your teammates a rifle.
So for CT then, what is the like actual CT defaults that people need to worry about? Like what's your split? Like is it 2-2-1? Like what's the 2B?
This map is more of a
1A?
2-2-1, like one person A, because this person, like I said earlier, is kind of like trying to be like JKS or something, right? Because you can smoke yourself off here. But it depends on like how your opper wants to play. Is your opper leaning towards mid, or like where are they playing? Like standard, right? Because there's no set way to play it. But I know Liquid, for example, has 2 people towards B, 1 person A, and then 2 people mid, but the opper plays mid.
Okay.
So the like if they have a second op, the opper's towards B because of how long of the angles are.
Okay.
But I know something Magist did was like obviously he had an AUG, but he would go here and play this angle, right? Because this angle's a lot harder to clear than you think.
It is really annoying. It's a really annoying.
Because you're coming here, and it's like this angle here is really hard.
It's in between. It's like it's a fucker. Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, because
and you can play
it's also
from
really
multiple
easy
head
with an
levels
op.
too, because you can literally crouch it. You can be on top. You can be, you know what I mean? Like there's
there's
like different.
It's very easy to play around, especially if you have a teammate like rotating in and support you to like. So like, say you get mollied, you don't have to throw your smoke, but if you do, it like you can just try to stay alive, and but then you can just like play in it, or you can like fall off. Because like here, they can't see me, like, right? They have to be looking like this.
Yeah, which
right.
I mean,
and your rifler's not really gonna see that.
No.
Right. Because your rifle is like, okay, going in, and they're like, oh, I think I saw something, but then it's gonna be, wait, it might just be this.
Yeah,
right?
or the edge of the smoke. Yeah, because it's a dark it's a dark CT
really
uniform too, right? So it's one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just really weird on this map because there's no set way to play it yet, which is just like how Ancient was when it first came out. Because everyone was like, how do we play Ancient, right? And now the Ancient meta is everybody go take mid kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we could talk about that, but we'll talk about that at a different time, because even that is changing now too, with like with the changes they've made to middle, right? It feels like it's
There's some setups that have started to happen that I don't really like, but you have a person here where they're just holding this angle because they aren't exposed to this person, right? So it's weird. So you come in like.
Yeah,
it depends
kind
on.
Of. Yeah, kind of.
Well, if they go over farther, like the thing is, you don't want to be exposed here, right?
No.
So like, as long as you're not exposed here, you should be fine. But it's an awkward angle. But I have like, whenever the map first came out, I have like a really like nice clip of Harry and Hugo casting of me here with an op.
Yes.
Right. It's just. Any of these pillars are so easy to maneuver around.
Such a motherfucker. I hate this bomb site, man. I really
because
do.
That's why no one goes to it.
Yeah, it's just the worst. It's so fucking annoying. There's so many like head angles and not head glitches, but like there's just so many off angles, and like it's just such a motherfucker.
There's so many angles to tuck in as well, because you have this angle. You can literally hide here waiting for a run up.
I know.
And you can hide literally. I'm calling this ninja. Other people call it other things, but you can hide here.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many angles to hide in.
I know. It just sucks.
Because you can also, I believe you can boost here as well, and like have your opper peeking, or it's just there's so many different things you can do.
Yeah. Someone in my chat asked how you get this practice server.
This is one that my team has set up, but there's server like websites that you can go to get server set up. But if you don't want to do a server like this, you can go online and type in like a practice config.
Yeah, you can just Google it, and there will be like a copy and paste practice config. You can also set it up. You can either input it in your console every time, or you can actually set up a config chat to do it.
Yeah, this angle I hate, because like this is one of those things where you have your person here, like scope down here, and this person can see all of E-Box.
I know,
which I absolutely hate.
I know they're safe from the walk-in on E-Box too. Is the worst part.
Yeah.
If you tuck on the right side, they have to cross through E-Box to see you. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, but the good thing is you don't have to worry about the mollies hitting like the edges anymore, right?
Yeah, that clip you guys chat that clip of Naf when he threw that fucking volley.
Whenever he went here and he was like this, and he went like this, but instead it went like
off
this,
the
and
wall.
And he was just like, huh?
His face, dude. His face said it all.
It was
It's
so
just
funny.
So funny, yeah.
Oh,
my
man.
God. Yeah, there's
And then
so
there's
many. Even just here, I was gonna say, even here, there's so many angles you can play. Like,
I believe that's the retake smoke.
for main, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a jump by.
It just takes forever. Yeah. So this one's just this corner. Just
tuck
where
yourself
everything
in,
meets.
and then just jump on that easy one.
Yeah. That's really easy.
Chat, you have questions?
Right.
Do you have any super nerdy questions, chat? You have for the boy? Because I'm still.
Oh yeah, I'll throw you the util. That.
Show me the CT default util. Yeah. Because we saw.
So whenever. Do you see this corner here?
Yep.
You
Which turn around? I want to see where you're tucked in. I didn't see. Oh, you're on the left side. Okay. Yeah.
So just a jump through here, and then for this, so you aim from this tip and this right here, and you just make it up, right? Make a 90.
Yep. That's
so
mid and water.
Technically, that
stairs.
smoke's not supposed to bounce like that. Upstairs, yes.
So there's two.
And then
okay.
This person comes here. There's this molly. This can also be a tap throw, but it's just to get this.
Yeah.
And then you have this person who threw this is also throwing a flash out like this. And then
that's the water player who's gonna self flash here, right?
And then your first person comes up and does this flash.
The long player.
And meanwhile, this is two people here. So there's two here. There's this person here. Then the person who has the best spawn here is going through E-box. So this smoke is down, right?
Yep.
So I'll smoke that.
How do you play around the smoke? Do you just like tuck the left side?
So this smoke is you can scale up with it, or you can actually go up with it like this.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind your team is also crunching from here, so you're helping them by doing that.
Yeah. Okay. So this is an aggressive default. I mean, I know you're saying it's sort of a set play when you really try to fight Canal there, but like it's an aggressive default, right? It's not a like sit back and
no. You have to trust your aim on it as well.
You gotta trust your aim because you see it feels like a T-sided map, right? So it's you have to really fight for that early control.
Yeah, and then like there's so many different like util sets to throw now. Like I needed to aim left because I did a run through, but there's a molly that you can get that can also land here.
Yeah.
And there's so many different ways to do it. I have to remember it. But as soon as you get on the steps, you throw this, and it lands back here. Right, this is something your A player can do, but this is also you need a couple people to take it with, right?
So is A, because A, the upside to me is that A feels like it's an infinitely easier site to retake than B. That's my perception, but I don't know if you feel like it's. So
I definitely feel that.
If your JKS player, like as you keep calling him, if your JKS player gets one, and then dies, and your team plays for retake, I feel like it's not that bad, right? Like I feel like it's doable. Like you don't have to just be like it's not like B on Dust 2 where you're like fuck it save. Like before you even try.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it save. Like
so whenever you say like F it save, I feel that way towards B.
Yeah.
On this map.
That's where I'm at too. Yeah.
Because if your B players don't get one or two, there's no reason to even go for it because this person can be tucked in so many different angles and E-box. Like people literally will go out here, say they have it planted here. They will literally go outside and play outside of E-box because someone will literally go and clear it and be like, okay, it's fine. And then they're getting peeked from E-box again and they're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then there's just so many angles because like anywhere you plant here is pretty much open for back here, right? Because like if this person's tucked here, you better like your CT, you hope you have a molly kind of thing, right? Because like it's really hard to get a molly one here.
Even. Yeah, it's
because to molly that you literally have to like go over to the edge and just kind of like hope it spreads.
Yeah, I mean it's the Inferno thing, right? Where this bomb site is extremely difficult for the T's to take in the first place. So if they get bombed down on this bomb site, it's just the trade-off is it's extremely hard to retake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you also want like an easy like pop flash to get through, you just go up top of the steps in like the middle of the scaffolding, just a jump through. And it lands just outside of it, so it blinds everyone here.
Is that that's a peak main off the cuff one, right?
Yeah,
like it could be used for retake, obviously, but I just mean like it's better to use off when you spawn.
Yeah.
And try to just peek.
Because people will throw this smoke and like hope that they don't get spotted here, right? then they'll just jump up and then they'll peek. Or if you want to combo it, you have that flash and then you go here and peek.
Yeah.
Right. And then only problem is this angle is also extremely hard to clear. And then people can tuck here. And there's just so many angles towards B. That's why no one likes it.
Someone in my chat said, poop dealer in my chat says, A seems easier to take, but I've noticed teams been playing 3B, 1 mid, 1 on CT. 1A on CT.
Well, it really depends, like, on what other teams are doing, right? So, this is as a CT, so it really depends if you have mid control or not, right? So, your immediate and, like, what you should be doing off rip should be having 2 people towards B, 2 people towards mid, and then locking down this mid control off, like, at the very beginning. And then you can fall off and, like, have one person here holding for this push, and then you can have another person like back here holding for the run up for this person, kind of thing, right? And then whenever you have this, it's just really easy for one of these guys, like, okay, hey, they're executing, and then in 4 seconds they're here, and then 2 seconds you're literally, if your opera's here, it's very easy just to go 180, boom, you're fighting them already.
Yeah.
But if you throw like the proper util set, they're smoked, they're mollied, and then like if they try to run through, they're just burning, and then they're taking flashes, and they're trying to come over here, and this is mollied.
Yeah.
Right. MOTM has some like decent one ways that he throws. I don't know what they actually are, but like you can play some one ways and stuff like this, right? Because you won't be able to see me if I'm playing like this.
Definitely not. Yeah.
There's just so many different ways, and like there's a cheeky angle here. So say you're a T and like you don't have this because like you have this molly, this is smoked. You can just come up here and play on this ledge, right? And then just wait for this angle, because if you look and try to come around this corner, you're not aiming here at all.
At all. Yeah.
You're trying to already pre-aim this corner here, and so you're just dead because right, you're just having to clear like this.
Yeah. That's a gutty angle. Speedius in my chat asks, what's your name on FACEIT? Plug yourself, bro.
My FACEIT name is just Danilo, DNILLO. But this angle, I haven't really used it at all because not many people actually play Anubis yet.
Yeah.
But it is ridiculous.
What's a typical split? I know it seems like it changes. I mean, this was like with Ancient, but like, what's a split? Are we talking 10-5 T side, 9-6 T side, or even higher?
You really don't want to let T's get that many rounds, but a decent half, I would say, would probably be like 8-6, 9, or 8-7, 9-6. Yeah. But like, it just really depends, right? Because all maps are becoming T-sided at the moment.
Love that.
Because the change of the people switching back to the A4 because of the A1S is actually changing a lot right now.
Is it because the A4 is dog shit and nobody should have ever switched back?
Potentially, because I don't honestly notice that much of a difference.
The A4 is still bad, Trace. It was always bad before they made the A1 a god cannon.
Yeah.
And then they made it so the A1S was not a god cannon anymore, and everybody was like, oh, the A4 is the Chad gun, and I'm like, homie, the M498 in 4 is still the M498 in 4. It always was, it always will be. I never switched back. I'm just sort of soapboxing here, but I've been using the A1S for, I literally never switched back to the A4 for even one match. My whole ESEA team plays with 4 A4s now. I'm the only one using the A1S, and every time I ask for a drop and they give me an A4, I'm fucking revolted. It's so bad.
That's funny. Only thing that sucks right now is trying to get Util to pop flash into here. So I wasn't playing. I haven't played at all this season because of just being busy with school.
Yeah.
I saw one of our teammates go like this with a flash to try to pop flash, and it didn't blind anybody, but his like landed here and it didn't bounce. It landed here, so no one was blind, and the person here just swung, and he was just pissed because he wasn't blind. It's like, I just shouldn't have done anything. But like, there's just different ways, because like this entire skybox is huge up here and it's completely open, right? So you have a person here, you can probably just like chuck a flash up, honestly, because it'll blind anyone here that's holding this angle.
Yeah. So it's better to actually just go for a high skybox flash than to like try to actually bank one in. Yeah.
Well, also for Speedy, it really depends on like what positions you play, right? So I'm an opper, so I technically don't really need to use the A4 because that $200 is huge for like someone with an op. Like the first time that Pro CS came back from the A1S change, like it was Navi versus somebody. Navi was using FAMAS, like a FAMAS for most of their gun rounds because they forgot how much $200 changes the game, right? And like that's something we don't realize, right? So like something with like Valorant or something, like I know I'm talking about Valorant, but like
No.
the operator was like 4,000 or something when it first came out,
5,000.
right? 5,000?
No, sorry, 45.
No.
It was 45.
It was, yeah.
They upped it to
It was 4,500.
They upped it to 5,000 and then they put it back down to 4,700, I want to say.
Okay, but like the thing is, like whenever you have that much of a change and just like
Huge.
money, it's ridiculous. Because like think about it.
Yeah.
$200 is a flash, right?
You know what it is? It's not just that it's a flash. It's that the problem is that it's the way that armor works in these games, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you don't have enough to buy full armor, like if that $200 or $300 is the difference between armor and not armor, you can't buy the gun. Even if you have enough to buy the gun, it's not worth buying the gun because you'll just be like, unless you glass cannon. But let's pretend we're not in
awful.
fucking MM pugs, right? Yeah, you're not gonna glass cannon in a comp game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you just can't do it, right? Like, well, yeah, I still
something
think
that I
this
know
is insane, but that's
like you threw a smoke back here for mid.
Yeah.
Personally, like something that we don't really do anymore is throw instant smoke from back here because you just come here and you see like the wood here, right, on the window. You just run through at it, and then it just bounces off and lands at the same spot, right?
Okay.
And the smoke will last a little bit longer because instead of throwing it here, and it already goes. So.
That's fair. Someone asked for pop flashes for mid to take mid control.
For mid. Okay, so are you talking about like as a T? I'm assuming,
he didn't
right?
specify, but let's say let's say both since it's the same area.
Well, for mid, so mid control, you're gonna have this smoked off, right? So this is smoked.
Yeah.
And then this is mollied. I mean, if you really wanted to, you can chuck a flash pretty much like just like over in this area. But this person's already mollied out and is like already being forced out of position. Or because you don't want your people coming up with their back turned because waiting for a pop flash either though, right? Because you don't want them to get half blind. So like having a good flash for over here is not really needed because it shouldn't be one person taking this fight. This should be two people. Because you have this molly here. Then there's kind of no real like area because like people literally just flash off the wall because it's easier.
You can turn away from that though too, right? Like it's like it's not a
like is this person?
Yeah, like you have a lot of time to turn off to the bounce.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah.
But that's the whole point of this molly, right? So you molly
yeah,
and you're scaling because this molly gets everything
the molly
pretty
does
much.
The work, right? Yeah,
It just really depends because a molly spread's weird in this game. Right?
Tell me about it, buddy. Yeah.
So like you go here and then it's this corner, you throw, bounces off. Like sometimes you see like I just survived here, but like I didn't take damage here, but I just did. It's really weird on this because like it's just how Valve is.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh no, I'm aware. This is mollies. If there's one thing, CS:GO is a nearly perfect game. There's basically nothing I would change about it. The only thing I would be presumptuous enough to change is both the molly spread, like how it works, and the way that molly blocks visibility. I really hate that I can't see over top of mollies and that graphic settings literally make it's so shitty.
Like this, it's not hard for me to see.
No, but the other guy may not be able to see you at all. It could be really bad for him.
It's awful.
He can't see shit. Yeah, it's so. I died to a 5-7 in a FACEIT pug last night because he was playing a one-way on a molly. And I was like, dude, I can't on sandbags on Inferno. I was like, I can't see this motherfucker.
I mean, have you seen like the one-way molly window?
Yeah. It's
don't even get me started about that one.
Dude, it's infuriating. That's some Munacy shit. It's really infuriating. I hate it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I honestly hate just taking B-site because there's no smoke that covers this like decently, right?
Because like you can tuck to your left.
Yeah, because like you just tuck here, right?
Yeah. And the problem
And
is
you know how
if you
easy
do
it
the
is.
smoke, if you do the smoke you showed me, which is the cross smoke, the one that's this
Like
one here,
here?
then they can wrap. They can wrap around the
Yeah.
pillar. Yeah. There's just no, or they can push it too. They can just flash their way through.
Yeah, they just go through, like, it's like why I was talking about mauling this, right?
Yeah.
Just mauling up there. But, like, it's just awful right now because, like, whenever you scale, everyone has to go and take all this control.
And
There's just
so
so
many
more,
angles to
like, so
clear.
much more that you have to take.
This
Like,
site,
compare it to Vertigo, like, compare this to, like, A site, B site, or something, right?
yeah.
So, you compare this to, I guess we can compare, like, A site to this, right? So, whenever you're taking A site, you have left-right smokes, right? And then you have people holding. So you have this, and then you can also smoke this, and then molly this. But there's just so many weird things that can happen, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, there's no, like, way to actually get this smoked off.
There's boosts and there's self boosts, there's duo boosts, there's yeah, it's tough.
There's just too much going
But
on
do you
with this
think,
map at the moment.
funnily enough, do you not think that it's actually like sort of akin to Vertigo, where like you basically, you know, the old fucking meme with Vertigo, which is like you go A and then you go A and then you go A
Oh, yeah.
and then you go A and then you finish A.
Yeah.
You fake the B fake like 6 times before you finish A, because taking B
Yeah.
side on Vertigo is such a fucking nightmare unless you actually have drawn all of them off the bomb site.
Yeah, because, like, this person was talking about coming through, like, sewers. I 100% agree, because that's what your A-lurk is for, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you're whenever you're defaulting and you're not doing a heavy mid default or heavy B default, you're just defaulting normal, right? Your one person's gonna come up and hold for this push here, so like they'll be like up here or they'll be up here holding or like just tucked, right?
The grind's going
This
good,
other
Jessica. Thanks for
person
asking.
is got this smoke here, and then this person is just scaling, like just making sure like nothing comes through, because
Yeah.
like this is an angle, like
Oh my
people will tuck
God,
here,
dude.
and then they can get flashed out,
Yeah.
and then there's also people now that are throwing like smokes down here, getting themselves one ways, right? So you throw and then just awful,
So
right?
one of the things I really liked about this map when it first came out that I still think is really cool is drop. I think drop is really awesome. It reminds me of Vent on Nuke. It's really cool.
This?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's awesome. I feel like nobody fucking uses it because it's like a fucking death trap now, and I'm curious.
It
like,
is.
which
So-
sucks because I think it's really cool. Like I really like the existence of this drop. But it feels like, is there any circumstance in which it's actually worth using? And if so, how?
This, well, like, your people defaulting towards mid are 2 people, right?
Yep.
Anytime this smoke's up, they're just spamming, right? So if you're trying to fight this, you're gonna take damage no matter what, right?
Yep.
Unless you just get around where you're not spamming. But there's some set plays that you can do, and one of them is you just like come out here and you jump over here, and then if you do,
How much noise does that make when you land on the basket?
it makes quite a bit.
Yeah? Okay. It's not softened by the, like...
No.
It's a little soft. It's softer than, like, the clack of hitting the cement, no?
Yeah, but like this angle is really strong. So
Yeah,
if I
it looks
do,
strong as hell.
if I type the bot, right, they're coming around this corner. They see me right now, but I don't see them. Right. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to get rid of this bot. Right. That's how much I see, and they don't see me, right?
Yep. But this is also
it's
one of those
really-
angles that's like you works 1 round, maybe 2, and then they're gonna clear this. It's like the
Yeah.
it's like that the lamp. What are they called? The light fixture on cash. It's
Yeah.
like maybe 1 time
Yeah,
you get a
yeah,
one
yeah.
and done, right? Where it's like, oh fuck, he's up there, right? But
Mm-hmm.
if you do this 1 round or 2 rounds, then they're just gonna like flash it or clear it or yeah.
Yeah.
But it's strong.
Also-
You're right.
So this is something that I believe Swisher had talked about, right? Like jumping here, one person, the other person's coming here, holding this, right? So this is a 2 people setup.
Good.
So this is
crossfire,
both
yeah.
your mid players, basically, right?
Okay. How does the second guy get here? Does he also drop or like how does he?
Yes.
He go. Okay.
So this is one of those things where a person is already here spotting this to make sure, but they beat them 95% sure. But they can just jump out and come over here, right? And then you just hold this because this angle is awful trying to clear, right? Because you're not expecting someone to be here, right? Because you're still trying to take this fight here, making sure everything's clear. Because that's what this molly's for, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking about pistol rounds. There are some really weird pistol rounds because people are still theory crafting. I was in a scrim where we were like going towards A, I believe. We were gonna exec A, and I kid you not, 4 of them literally just dropped out of here and killed all of us because we were like, just set up for this, and we had a person holding, but then they just died, and you're just like,
'cause you can't
how
hold
do you
against
do
4.
anything against
Yeah,
that, right?
exactly. That's funny.
Because there's just so much going on,
Yeah, that's funny.
right? Do you have any questions for anything?
Me? No, this is good. I feel like I'm asking all my questions that I want answered. This is good. The thing that I would say, I guess, is like, what is sort of the like, how do I phrase this? Like, it's so hard because no map is like any other map in CS exactly, obviously, right? But like to keep the analogy of Vertigo, because I don't think it's a bad one. Vertigo, you get A ramp control, right? You try to get side halls control, and then it's like, okay, if we have side halls control, we can, even if there's 5 alive on CT, right? Like even if there's 5 alive, we can throw left side smoke, right side smoke, molly jump up, and just try to plant. Like you have now satisfied the conditions of trying to plant, because yes, the CTs can contest it, but it's really hard, right? For Anubis, what do you feel is sort of the like step-by-step process in a basic, like quick and dirty sense of like, right, like we do this, and then we throw a util and we try, or like what do you think of this?
I know where you're coming from, like where some people just like play passive A ramp and they just play site and then just play for retake. Playing for retake here would be a lot harder, so you'd have a person like here, and then they'd just be waiting for a retake, right? But you don't see many people doing that because of how hard it is to retake 5v5 on this map, right? So you have all the util, right? So you have all of the util. That molly's back here, but you can also get one that lands here. But it basically just forces everything to like, you can't push. Like that's what the whole point of this is, because this person's mollied off, this person's also mollied. So you have literally like 10 seconds just to clear all of site, and then you can have a free plant, right? Because you can plant here, and then there's just so many different ways.
Speedy says he thinks the map is like Mirage. You fight for mid and con, but I mean, I understand that obviously, but like to be devil's advocate, because I'm genuinely curious, do you think you actually need mid control on this map as a T? It's sort of like Vertigo. You don't need mid control in Vertigo. It's nice to have it, but you don't need it, right? Like it's not like Cash. Cash, you need mid control. Mirage, you need mid control, right?
Yeah. So this map is a little weird. I think you do need some mid control, right? A lot of teams focus towards mid, right? Because think about it. You have this control, and you cut off like this entire rotation, right? And then they're forced to rotate and go through heaven, right? That's the whole point of it, right? You cut off one point of rotation, and like there's nothing that you can really do. And like whenever you have mid control, like say you have this, right?
Yep.
It's really hard for a person to rotate into A, right?
It's impossible, basically,
because at that point you're just like, I hope my A player can get a couple and we can actually make it doable.
Yes.
That's if your mid people don't get any kills.
Yeah. Because
there are people that do like fast mid takes, right? Where like they'll have a smoke up here where it lands here, right? And then they'll just come up, get flashed in, and then they're already here, right? And then you're taking this fight. And then something with this smoke is like you can also come up and then you can just like you get a little bit of a one way, right? But then something else I have to be careful with is, as a CT, this angle is brutal, right? It does so much.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, Speedy, that's like for any map, right? That's just like
What I'm saying is not like that T mid control is not good to have. It goes without saying. It's good to have. What I'm saying is, do you need it? Like, do you need it, right? On Cash, for instance, it's really hard to fathom being the T's and like successfully executing a take without some semblance of mid control. You need some mid control. On this map, what you're telling me, Trace, is like it's so easy to cut off the rotates with a util set, the util that you threw in from Canal, that like even if they do rotate right through here, even if they do rotate through middle, what the fuck are they gonna do? Like you know what I mean? It's so hard to retake the site anyway from here that like even if they just have full mid control, like it's hard to retake A, right?
Yeah, so like this whole point of this util, right, is to block this stuff off, right? Because
Exactly.
like you can't push through because
No.
this is mollied,
Yeah.
and like they're forcing themselves through a smoke, and then this is also mollied, and then this is smoked off, right? And then meanwhile, this person here is also just throwing flashes to get in.
Exactly.
Right.
And the thing to remember too, which is not trivial at all, go back to the actual like this is wide open. No, like go back to the rotate.
Oh,
the mid rotate.
yeah.
This is wide open. There's no cover here. If you push that molly and you run out here, look
Yeah.
where you're standing. Like you're wide open. If you get flashed, like you're just fucked, right? Like you can't make it to a wall or make it to a box or like, you know what I mean? Like you can't like bunny hop through this and get like you have to get all the way to heaven, which is a really
Yeah.
long way to run if you're running.
And then
with
even
fire.
then, with the other util set, it's the heaven smoke, right?
Yeah.
And then like you just chuck your flashes through, right? Like what are you doing? Like this flash blinds this person here because it's here, and then your people are already entering, so this backside guy's blind. It's just awful.
That's what I'm saying.
Trying to go
man.
through.
Yeah, it's not that mid is not good to have. Mid is always good to have. But I'm saying like I don't know if you need it by any means, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if the CTs aggress mid and you give them mid like up to the choke, that's okay. I feel like the bigger concern is you absolutely cannot give the CTs canal. I feel like you need to make sure you fight for canal control as the T's. Am I wrong on that? Like if CTs get canal, how the fuck do you win the round as the T's? Like, you know what I mean? Like if they get full this control, what the fuck do you do as the T's?
Well, it's really hard because like I said, people will just like throw a smoke down here, and like it just does give them a one-way, right?
Yeah.
It gives them an easy one way to play around. But like that's the one thing that's nice about up here, right? Because you can just like completely like disregard all of that control. But like if they start pushing up, it makes life a lot worse, right?
Yeah.
Because like that entire like water crunch, right? Where you have two people here, one person here, right? It makes life a lot harder.
So what's the most important, like think of this in terms of like sort of like with Banana on Inferno, what is sort of like the like bare minimum for canal control that you want as a T? Even if the CTs are regressing. Like what's the
As a
hope?
T?
Yeah. What's the bare minimum?
Well, obviously this is like the standard util that you're gonna be I threw that wrong spot. Like the standard util, right?
Yeah.
So this will be thrown. And you pretty much want to have this because you really just want to have this part because
Yeah.
this is the fastest way to flank somebody, right?
Yeah.
Which is awful.
And if they run out long, if they run out a long into this canal, they can't see you on Speedway. Let's just say it's called Speedway for this, right? They can't see you here, and your player up top there on whatever the fuck you drop, whatever people call it, right? Is can stop a full push. They could stop a full CT aggress. They can also hear them running.
Yeah.
Right? So you're saying get downstairs and get to the left side, sort of like on Banana on Inferno. If you can make it to Broom, it's like you've at least got your fucking you got some progress, right?
You got
like,
some control.
Exactly. Yeah. Or logs.
Let me see. I just went back and rewatched this video real quick. So this smoke is in the middle of this, right? It's supposed to go up higher. I don't know why it's not. It could also be the thing where they change the map.
It happens all the time,
Like
dude. My ancient utility has gotten fucked by these tiny little adjustments.
Right, because like it's never done this to me before. I've always like hit the util set.
I swear my cave smoke from T-spawn works like only 50% of the time now, and I can't figure out why. It's the most annoying. I swear it has to do with the map. I just don't know what the fuck else it could be.
Yeah, it's really weird. Let's see. And then the molly that swisher through was up here. Right, with that dot. But it doesn't do that. Like they changed something.
Yeah, it has to be. That's annoying.
Actually, this might be a left-right throw.
Like a mid throw?
A left-right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
There you go.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
And this is a left click throw. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I had the util set backwards.
Okay.
So this is a left click, and then the molly up
It's a
here, left right jump throw.
So if they run through it, they get mollied, and then you get the deep smoke, which is good because you can actually
That's what I meant. But either way, if you throw the util set like that, either way it works, right? So you have this, and then the molly here. So like if they run through or try to, they're taking so much damage.
Yep.
That's the whole point of it.
Okay.
Because
No,
it's
that makes sense.
util is meant to get people out of positioning, right? Because
And there are just so few positions on this bomb site to begin with that, like, unlike B, where we've just said there's 100 million fucking positions and there's not enough utility in the world to get people out of it. This bomb site, there's like 3 places you can be, right? And so with a proper util set, it just feels like it kind of feels like holding A site on Dust 2. It just feels like where do you go? Like there's just like nowhere to be, right? Like
it's like
you can
as
do
a
this.
CT, you're awful. Like you throw this smoke and like,
Yeah.
wow, what are you trying to do? You can play this way, hope you get one, but then you're getting traded out, or you can you just got to try to play around your own util,
You're also,
like just to stay alive.
You also are because there is quite literally no cover. You are 100% getting flashed. It's just a question of whether you play AT and then spin and then like you can't.
Yeah,
you are getting flashed for sure.
I'll throw this util set again since I actually have the molly down right. Right, but this is the util set. Like, how do you stop this?
Where do you go?
Right, because this molly's here. Like, you literally try to go from here to heaven, you're just dead because you're burning here.
Yeah, and you're also wide open, which means if the T's swing while you're running and you get tagged by the AK, you're just dead. There's nowhere to be.
Because your first person's is supposed to scale like this, right? Your first person's scaling, right? They're making sure nothing runs through, and then they're clearing this guy out, right? Because the whole point of this defensive smoke, and then this person's trying to clear you out. So it's just really hard to like actually do anything with it. Like A side on this map is way easier to take than B.
Oh, I see.
In my opinion.
Yeah. So someone asked about approaching a retake for A, like some utility to retake A. I mean,
honestly, like the util that I just showed works both ways.
Yeah.
And like there was some stuff that I tried to figure out. Like there was a molly that I figured out that like lands back sight. But like there's not much you can really do because this is something like I don't know how like big the skybox is, right? Because you clip out at the skybox here, so you can't really throw retake util. Like you have to bounce stuff off walls to get it to work, right?
What's the I guess the first question is, what do you think are the strongest power positions for the T's once they've taken site? Like what are the best sort of like do you want to take heaven control or do you just play long?
Yeah, you should definitely take, if you can take heaven control, it's 100% worth it because right, you can just push up here and then like hide. Like there's some other weird angles, like this one is also not terrible. It's not great. But, like playing anywhere behind this wall is not terrible because you're playing a headshot angle against them, and then the odds of them clearing you are a little lower than normal, right?
Yeah.
There's also this angle, which is ridiculous.
I hate this angle. I think this angle is so fucking overpowered, man. I really think it's just insane. And
something that I really like to do, so if I'm ever playing A on this map, I love going here. Like this is just a normal like CT thing, and I'll just go here because like, let me do this and see. You come in, right? You don't see anything obviously, but then you come in, you have to pre-aim this angle.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder.
And you're an op crutch too, so like if that's an op, like what the fuck do you do?
Yeah. Well, you don't sit here with an op though, right? Because an opper here would not get anywhere because they'd get one and they'd be traded out immediately, right? I guess so. If you're an opper, your opper is gonna go up here and take this aggro peek,
and then fall off once you get the pick.
Like, if you have 2 people here, because your opper's going for a kill, so he's gonna change op, right? They're gonna have 2 people here. This person could be anti, right? Because we were talking about getting a flash that landed up here to blind this person off, but this person here, they hear a flash, they turn around immediately, or whenever they hear the op shot, they turn.
Is there a way to, for the guy playing anti on the skybox flash, is there a way to molly this corner out without exposing yourself to that angle?
Here?
Yeah. Can you molly this out without exposing yourself?
You can do that from up here.
What's the lineup? I've never tried this molly.
There's
some
weird ones.
Cloud lineup. Okay, but there is a way. Is what you're saying.
No, the clouds move.
Oh, are you fucking serious? Oh yeah, they do. It's like the fucking palm trees on Mirage. I forgot.
Yeah,
yeah, they move.
I forget how we had tried to figure this out one night in a practice, but there's so many like different ones. Because, right, there's just so many different things.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you do this, guess what? You can't really scale and take control.
No,
right?
It's true.
it's just weird.
The anti guy could also like smoke too because he's not exposed, which means he doesn't have to be gun out, right? He could literally smoke that molly and very safely.
Yeah, it's a weird situation.
Yeah, it's like Cubby. It's like Cubby on mid ancient. You can smoke it. Either your teammate can smoke it for you, or ideally you'd smoke it for yourself because your teammate wants to be gun up, right? So yeah, but it's good to know.
I forget how I just line this up. But it's just really weird. Like, I hate this corner, and I don't really know how I actually line this up. It was here. But I just hate this spot in general.
There's a lot of spots on this map that I wish they would open.
There's a little bitty ledge here. Did you know that?
No.
That's what the molly just hit.
That's good. That's great.
There's so many things in this map that are ridiculous. But overall, the map is fun to play. I really do enjoy it.
I agree. I agree too. I like the map a lot, actually. I think it has a lot of potential.
We just have to see how it plays, right? Because it should be hitting on this and popping and would burn down. Because like this is not actually a thing. It's just a visual effect. But this is a real wall, which is weird. Because, right, it seems like it should pop there, but it just doesn't.
Mollies, bro.
True.
Mollies.
We talked about this before.
Mollies, man.
And then like,
yeah.
For me on 4-3, like you have to like try to line something up to like know when you should let go, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so many things you can do here, right? Because this bot, like this person here, like so they do get mollied, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they can toss it at their feet.
Yep.
Or
there.
like there's.
Yeah.
Because like if they toss it like this and there's a molly here, right? You like this, you toss it. Well, considering the smoke's here already, it puts it out, and then wow, you're just free to get out.
I know. Yeah.
Right. And then it's a lot. You can't re-aggro off of it because it's just awful. But there's some positions like if there's nothing here spotting it, and you're just an A-lurk, it's so easy to tuck in this corner, and it's so hard to clear someone out.
Yeah, because the second you round this corner, it just feels like there's so many fucking.
Because
yeah,
you round this corner, right? You're clearing this. You're like, okay, you're clearing, and then boom, you're both here looking at each other, headshot angles.
Honestly, man, the worst one I've seen is go straight ahead, like drop into the water, behind you. That box, you can literally crouch right here, crouch right here, and you can literally, that. Or if you fall into the water, you can actually just crouch, and you can literally just sit here, and even if you peek in, even if you hold the angle on the peak, just that right there. That
it's awful.
And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like,
because you have to like aim at the ground.
You're
which is not what
aiming
you
the
do.
fucking ground, which is a good Counter-Strike player is not something you do, right? Honestly, yeah. It's one of those angles that seems like it's it would work against Silver 2s, but it's not true. It actually works against real CS players because they're so used to being headshot level, right? Like, yeah. It's really
so like needed util for pistol.
Yeah.
I would honestly say you could do a smoke flash, or what we would do is we would actually have two people by util, but you can have one person do it. So you can combine it with the heaven smoke, and then you could just do flashes if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Right. So that's $700 right there. But with this other util set, you can have two people throw. So this person can buy smoke. Smoke flash. The other person by smoke molly. So it really just depends on what util you want to throw, but you could have this person do this. This person gets dropped the two flashes, so they're just throwing entry flashes, and this person's just coming up here and it's just throwing the smoke, right, to cut off this rotate.
Yeah.
Right. Because you have this, and this is mollied, so you're able to take all of this control. So if you
do you think that what are the chances people actually try to play close on this take? Like it sucks with USPs, but like go to the doorway, like main, you know what I mean? Like what would like right here, literally right here with pistols. The flashes don't hit this guy, right?
No.
Yeah, so you have to just basically be gun up and just win with Glocks, right? That's the
because like the thing is, this is a position where like it's just really weird.
It's a power. It's a good spot, man. It's not, especially with I would rather have a Glock if I'm the CT here because obviously
Oh,
close
yeah.
range, but it's still a good spot. It's a good spot with dualies.
With the USP, I don't. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is like.
This is really good. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm an A-site player and I'm going dualies armor and I'm standing right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah. Well, there's just so many different things that you can do, right? Because pistol rounds are like, okay, who can just out-aim each other kind of thing.
Pretty much.
In my opinion, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Glocks and USPs are just so hit or miss.
They're very RNG, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of randomness in CS:GO. It's definitely a very skill-expressive game, but I think it's a hot take. But pistol rounds in CS:GO, man, are fucking.
Yeah. Because like, if you really just wanted to force something for B, you could have this smoke out, and then you could just like go and molly this person out, right?
Yeah.
And then you flash through, and then you have this, and then you just kind of try to take some control, right? And then you just force a plant, like here, and then you have people playing inside of E-box, like doubled up, right?
Do you think it's better for pistol? Is it 50-50, or you think it's generally better to try A-site just like it is for gun runs?
Honestly, A-site would probably be better because if you can condition a team to start at A-site and like start like doubling, tripling up, it makes working the rest of the map very easy.
Yeah.
Right? Because say you start like conditioning a team that you're working A a lot and taking A control, you can have one person throw fake util there, and then these people are gonna start getting aggro here because they're like, okay, we need to try to get like an instant flank on or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this angle, I hate this angle. This angle is so brutal. Right. On top of this angle is brutal because, like I said, people throw this one way here. Oh, stupid clipping. But like, you have this one way here, right? They jump up here, playing for this. This person can literally just avoid all of this, then just come up and bop you.
Yeah.
If you're not careful. But this angle also just really sucks because it's such a tucked position. Because you come around this corner, you're having to hard clear, right? Like,
yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah, it's a tough. It's not a 50-50 at least. Like you can clear the left side before you clear the right side.
Yeah,
But still, it's a lot to clear.
Well, like, there was a time where there was a person here and a person here. It was awful.
Yeah, you play contact. See, the second guy swings on the first. Hey, like this guy swings on the first guy's contact, right? Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal.
And then most of the time, if you throw this flash here, this person will almost always try to go here and tuck, right?
Yes.
So you throw this flash, right?
You can telegraph it. You can pretty much know that they're gonna be.
This person does get blind, but if they're running up, they almost always go into this corner like that. Is it even worth taking B long as a CT?
So that's my question for you. Thanks, Fubio. It's because my question is the same thing. It's like I always like to just analogize to other maps because I think it's like useful because we have always played these other maps. So a good example of this, like Nuke, is obviously a very traditionally CT-sided map, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things that offsets how difficult Nuke or how easy it is to play Nuke as a CT. One of the things that offsets that is that pushing up as a CT to get map control is extremely risky. So a really good example of this is if you push past red as a CT, you better be really fucking certain that there's not a guy on Silo or Africa or right? Like there's so many ways. So my question is, for long here, is it really worth pushing up as a CT because there are so many angles?
This angle, I don't personally. I don't think this is all that great. Because this control is nice, but like, what the hell are you gonna do with it, right? Because think about it, bombs planted here.
It's not planted.
You're trying to take this control, like. What are you gonna do?
So what about long outside main? Is it worth pushing up as a CT and taking long here? And by worth that I mean like in the sense of like in the same way that
back here?
No, like long like outside main. Like I'm assuming that's what that Madfish Poop Dealer meant. I'm assuming this is what he meant. But like he's saying I'd rather just smoke the entrance off. I'd rather not push up and take long here. I feel like if you push out here as a CT, it's kind of a death trap. It's like it's really hard.
Whenever we first started looking at this map, I was doing some theory crafting on getting a smoke that would land like here, right? I was trying to do some theory crafting so you could like have just this control, right? Because then you can come up and you can just try to play around it. But you never see people doing it because someone's almost all like 99% of the time just defaulting here, right?
Yes.
And guess what? If they see something like this, they're gonna be like, what? Right? Because you can't have a smoke here. There's probably a smoke you can throw up here, but there's no need to have it like that because guess what? This angle here, like back here exists, and this angle here exists, which are basically just death traps.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it worth trying to get out to here to fan out to your right here as
here?
Yeah. If you can get there as a CT, is that worth it, or is this even?
It honestly isn't terrible. It isn't terrible because this angle is awful.
Yeah.
Whoops. Like as a T coming around this angle, you're having to pre-aim an angle right here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So I'll go back, and then this is the angle. It is awful.
That's a shitty. Yeah, that's a shitty clear. That's a really shitty clear. Yeah.
Because like, guess what? You're not thinking this. You're looking like this.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
And plus, you don't expect them to be out here, and you're out here. And if this is an op, this is just an easy kill, and then it's easy for them to fall back because guess what? I got a smoke.
Yeah.
It's just really awful.
Dealer says, yeah, it feels risky with reward. The way I keep thinking it, because I'm an outside player on Nuke, so for my team, so this is my brain goes there. Pushing past Africa, past that point on Nuke, really risky unless you have the call. You're like, oh, there's 3 in lobby, there's 3 left. Like we know, like 100% you can take like extends. But if you don't know that, it just feels like the thing that offsets how hard it is to take this bomb site is, and how easy it is to hold as a CT, is that if you actually try to push up and take this long control as a CT, there's just so many fucking ways you can die. It's like
it's awful.
And you're gonna feel like such an idiot for your team if you're the B player and you get fucking one tapped by some T lurking inside. Like you're gonna be like, oh, like
yeah. Like I was saying, people will tuck up here as well, right? Like you can still get spotted here, but so many people will play like up here. Or just like farther back. So like if you try to make a play out here, they see it, right? And it's like, hey, they have B control, like outside B control. And they're like, okay, let's just try to rework it. Because guess what? You can walk down here and then they're just dead because they don't see you if you're up here, right? Because if I try to go up there, like I fall off, right?
So is it sort of like, again, to use the analogy, is it sort of like with Africa, like outside control and Nuke, if you can get to, you know, top red, like to the front of red, if you can get to Africa, if you know that's that tuck-in spot, the one that Twists famously killed Electronic, right?
Electronic, yeah,
right. If you can get there, that's good, but don't push past that, because if you push past that, there's actually so many fucking angles you can die from, right?
So the whole thing about that is like exactly that. So there's a point whenever you can push so far, but like there's only so long before you can push something before it starts pushing back, right?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like that's
it does.
a decent analogy for it. So like if you try to keep pushing something for so long, it's going to end up like pushing back or like giving you some sort of resistance. Like you can keep pushing, like you could literally be like bit like the first like lane he played and just kill everything with a headshot. But then like now if you look at him, like he's starting to get resistance against stuff like that. Yeah. He can't have like the same free will that he did.
So it says since A is much easier to take, if you see CTs have taken long control, should you even try to fight it as a T?
Yes, honestly, because if they have this control, it's like, okay guys, I have all of this control. If I like, they can be like, hey, there's nothing here, so it's that whole point of being able to free up or rotate.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So it's like having Dust 2 long control, or like, you know how you normally fight long control 2 people, 3 people?
Yeah.
And then you have a person literally just like tuck in pit or in a corner at long, and then it frees up that person to go fight cat. Right? That's the whole point of that. So you're trying to get information and take control so you can free up or rotate so you can go fight on another side of the map. And like you want to fight a little bit about it. Like if you can make this guy fall off this angle, that's what you want. Because if you make this guy fall off, it forces the rotate to come back, right? Because that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
It's so basically think about it on Inferno.
Banana control.
Whenever
top car control.
Impetus Kenny S angle, so front sight, Inferno, B sight, right? Or like whenever he gets contact, he would fall, or like whatever Shiro's done, like they'll play 4A and then they'll have him solo B with the top sitting front sight.
Yeah.
And if he gets flashed off that angle, he's calling for a rotate immediately, kind of thing, right? But it's the same kind of thing. If a person gets flashed off that angle down here, they're just kind of screwed, right? Because guess what? Bang, flashes here. This person, like, if this person's here, people scale up here, and then guess what? Like, this person jiggles this corner, finds this guy, boom, he's just dead. Or, hey, pop flash, bang, he's just dead because he's dabbing, because he's blind, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Like, Counter-Strike used to not be so reliant on util, and now it is.
Yeah, it's sort of like, I feel like the question, you can tell me if I'm wrong, Trace, but like it's sort of like asking, is it worth fighting back for banana control on Inferno if the CTs take it? I feel like the answer is almost always yes. The answer is like you should always try to fight back, because if you force the B players back onto site, or you kill one B player and you drive the other one back to site, you force a rotate, and then you've now freed up the other site, right?
Yeah. Do you have an FPS counter on?
No, I don't. Why?
Okay. I want you to look. So right now I'm like 400 to 500 frames, but then I take like a step forward. Now I'm at 140.
What the hell is it? Show FPS.
Net underscore graph.
Oh, I thought there was just an actual net graph 1, right? Yeah. All right. It says 120 right now.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna take a step back.
260.
Yeah, this is something that they
optimization,
changed.
Guys.
Yeah. Because I have 400 frames, and then I take a step forward. Now I'm at 100.
What was it? Who was it who tweeted? Who was the pro player who tweeted? Valve optimized Anubis. Was it Nav? Who the fuck was it? And I'm at
I don't remember
200 FPS now after they optimized.
Yeah.
The map. Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
There's no reason to go from 100 frames to 400.
No.
Because like,
yeah.
It's just like this little area right here. Because I don't know if you've seen like what it actually does is you're back here. It's only this part that's loaded in. But as soon as you go here, the rest of the map loads in.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's just really weird. Also, I'm happy that they cleared this because there's not as much clutter in here, right? Because it used to be scaffolding and all that in here.
I know, yeah. It's tough. Especially with lighting and shit. It's like actually, yeah. I feel this stuff especially because I play native, so like Ancient is still. I was talking about this on stream a week ago, but you know exactly the angle I'm talking about. When you pop out B main on Ancient and you check Temple. You look Temple?
Yeah.
Those fucking candles with the lighting and the shadows. And I'm like, dude, I play native. Like, I can't see this dark CT uniform on the shadows. Like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, yeah, I feel like they really need to... Any clutter removal is welcome, Valve.
Yeah. And also, like, this angle here is just really strong. Right? Because you're able to just see anyone that crosses here.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb. But the only problem is if you're here and then someone just close swings
you can't really, unless you're opping. It's really hard to.
So I don't know if you've seen the video that Stamina did of like whenever he was playing FPL and it was like against Nico and all them guys whenever they were here for Dallas, right?
Yeah.
So they would like the top tier pros. They do this, get the info, and then they walk forward and then they swing close because of how hard it is to track them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen it, but it makes a lot of sense.
Go join a side and then look at it. I want you to see like, because it's just really hard to deal with. Like, it's really infamous on Banana Inferno. It's crazy.
Where do I find it?
No. Just join a team like on here.
Oh. You mean see the angle close?
Yeah.
Give me a second.
But it's ridiculous.
Oh, my note clip is still on. Give me a second, chat. And here. So I'll vibe right here. Oh, let me buy an op for dramatic effect. Like, let me actually scope in so I can.
All right. You have it?
Yeah.
All right. So if I'm swinging like
this,
I find you, and then I'm close.
No, you can't. That's a Xantares swing. Like especially if you actually wide swing it, right? Like I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot. There's just no way. Yeah.
Like I'll just go up and like if you want to hold the angle again, I'll just show you like how hard it is to like go against it.
I can even just actually pick a rifle too and not be opping. Yeah.
I'll just like hold one key while doing it, right?
Jesus.
Like it's still really fast.
It feels like you're
either way.
I feel like I'm on 4-3. even though I'm not.
And then I do it close, it's even worse.
Yeah, that's brutal, man.
And that's just like how like you can outmaneuver people in the game.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this map in particular, for some reason, it just feels like there's a lot of that, you know?
Yeah,
it feels like there's a lot of like, yeah. I mean, there's just a lot. Look at this, like even just shit like this. Like there's so much verticality that is like little things, like these little stairs, and like it's like Vertigo, right? Like there's so much like random verticality, like here, you know, you're peeking when you peek from here. When you peek this, you're literally ascending while you peek. Right, so like the head is moving upwards while you peek, right? Like it's just like there's so much little random shit. That,
people will play exits from here because it's so hard to like actually kill them.
Yeah.
And then like something that I will do, or that not what I've done, but like I have died because of just like the random like clipping. So like, do you see the little lip here?
Yeah.
Like the little lip changes where you aim.
Your actual aim. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
And like I've died to stuff like that because I'll like peek an angle and then I get an elevation change.
My least favorite one is someone as a B player is when you try to play retake A. So like let's say you have mid control. Let's just say fuck mid for a second, right? When you're peeking this, if there is a homie close here, bro, how am I gonna headshot? Like how am I gonna headshot angle this?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then also here he can literally be. This is a little bit riskier, but you can if this is smoked, you can literally be here. And it just feels like when you swing this angle as a CT, it's just like, where the fuck could the head be, dude? There's so many places they could be standing. Like,
it's just one of those things you have to rely like just on pure aim at that point.
Basically, yeah, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like the map sort of already feels so hard to.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like to telegraph, especially as a CT, that like it just feels like there's so many fucking like.
Go to this angle here. So that was an angle that I was talking to you about, right?
Oh yeah, this one. Oh, one sec. Sorry, I hate this no clip. I set a random button on no clip. I shouldn't have done it. I should use my usual one.
So if I'm swinging, like,
yeah,
it's so easy.
It's really like, yeah, dude.
Like like act like you're entering main. Like you don't expect this angle at all.
No, it's honestly like, yeah.
Right. That's an angle that people use a lot because it's just really hard.
There's so many of them. It just feels like there's so many of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, if you're here one round, it's like this, right? You could literally just do this the next round. Only if you've conditioned them. If you've conditioned them, you could actually just stand on this table and you could actually just.
Well, the thing is, if you do that, you have an opper that can do that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, something I forgot to talk about is like.
And
people also like.
Sorry to interrupt you. This is also less like I know we talked about this putting an opera here as being a one and done, but if your teammate is actually playing anti here, I actually don't think you know what I mean. Like you could actually get an op kill. You could fall. The second guy swings, and then your teammate here is gonna trade, right? Like it's actually not that stupid.
Well, it just depends on like how the other team plays too. But something that I was talking about is pop flashing into here.
Yeah.
So some stuff that happens, like you can just chuck a flash in here, but. So say this is smoke. 99% of the time, like someone is just spamming this smoke, right? As a CT, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
But so something that I've done and I've seen Yakindar do and stuff like that, because Yakindar works towards this lurk, and he'll hear them shooting and then he'll wait for them to start reloading. Then he just wide swings through and kills them.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing.
Boys. Especially with the A1S. Gotta watch those reloads.
It's awful.
Dude, you gotta always leave a couple in the mag, you know? Don't,
But that's... Because you can hear when someone's running out of ammo.
Yes, you can. You can hear the clicking.
Because, like, I have 4 bullets left.
3. Yeah, on 3 bullets. Yeah.
Like, the AK just sounds completely different.
It does, yeah. You can definitely... And again, with the A1S, especially because you're going to want to spam the smoke with the A1S anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You run out of bullets so quickly that it's just... Yeah. No, that's a good strat. That's some good Yakindar shit.
Typical Yakindar stuff.
Typical Yeki stuff, bro. Typical based Giga Chad Yeki plays. Absolutely fire.
And, like... I go here. I want to show you the spot. So you go here and you just look like into the just here and then walk forward.
What do you mean? Like
just like walk forward and you can see the frame drop.
Oh shit. Oh Jesus, I can feel it. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can see it happen.
I can feel it, dude. Oh my god.
I see it happening.
I feel like I'm playing Valorant. I feel like I'm walking through molasses when I walk through here. Holy shit.
Yeah, I can.
So
I
funny.
straight up see you like lagging whenever you do it.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my god. Imagine swinging out here and taking this fight and you just had 100 FPS.
Yeah.
That's funny. Jesus.
This game feels awful on low FPS too.
It does. It feels terrible. Other games don't feel so bad, but CS really. Okay, well, this is really useful. I think that I actually feel like I have learned a shit ton, and I feel like I'm way more familiarized on this map now.
Yeah.
It's
just being on the map helps.
100%.
Just being able to see stuff.
Why can't I? Is my utility bugged? I only have a money and it won't let me buy more.
Yeah, so whenever you went to different site, or like whenever you went to spec, it's just how the server is.
Oh, I see.
So I'll have to see if it'll work again.
All
So
good.
once practice, might be able to buy nades again.
Yeah, I can.
Potentially.
Worked.
Okay.
So it's. I'm trying to remember these CT nades you showed me. This one, right? I'm not crazy.
Yes.
For stairs. And then that's a good one, yeah. And then for here, so that's for this. And then for this one, you said it was in between this and this. No, what the fuck was it?
So
For the
it's
for
still
the
here.
speedway.
It's still in this spot.
And what's the shoot the? Let me crouch beneath you. Shoot the like. You said it was a meeting of. Yeah.
In between that and make it like a 90.
Oh, God. Fuck. Like this between the two leaves, right? Like the meeting point I meant, not between the meeting point of the two leaves. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Okay, cool. That's good.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that you can do.
That's good though. I think that's a good. As someone who played this map a lot in matchmaking before anyone knew utility and shit.
Yeah.
Fighting this as a CT is really hard without a speedway smoke. It's like really hard actually, because the opera can beat you, as you said, right? And like you have to, but you also don't want to let them cross because like you need this info, right? Like
yeah.
So I used to just fucking strat, and I would literally just like fucking flash my way out, and just hope to God that I could have better aim. And
yeah.
But I would
the
have to
biggest
fight
thing about this map is timing.
It is.
Which is the crazy part.
It is sort of crazy considering how it's laid out, right? You wouldn't think it would be so timing oriented, but it feels fun though. I like it. I think it's a good map.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good map.
I didn't like it at first because I still don't know how well it's gonna fare in competitive play. Right.
I think it'll be pretty sick, honestly. I think my take is that Ancient was in a way worse spot when they put it in competitive for the first time.
Oh yeah, just think about
Ancient was a bad map, bro.
Just think about Overpass when it first came out.
Wow, that was a different era though. That's different. Yeah. Like,
yeah, but like
CS:GO was in a very different place back then.
Yeah. But like still like the same kind of like idea though, like how bad it was. Right? Because that map was horrendous. Like I don't know if you've looked at it.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah, I think it was Tweeday who made a video.
It was horrible, and they turned it into one of the best maps in the game.
Yeah,
I happen to despise it, but I recognize that it is objectively a very good map.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite maps to play.
I hate Overpass, bro.
Because there's so many different like play styles on the map you can do.
That's true. It's like a blank slate. There's a lot you can do with it, but I just happen to.
Because people still come up with ideas for it.
That's the heaven smoke, right? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Is there a one-way there? No.
It is a very sketchy smoke because it looks like it's gonna fall off every time.
Yeah. It's like this. It reminds me of the 64 tick window mirage smoke, but only the 64 tick.
Yeah.
And then this is the. Hold up. The molly is just. No, these are the flashes. I mixed them up. Those are the flashes. Yeah, the flashes are. This.
Jump through.
Yeah. This. And then the molly is not from here, right? Isn't the molly up here?
Yeah, it is. There's a molly here.
What's the molly?
This is for half wall.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just the middle of it. Jump through.
The middle of it. Jump through.
Because that gets the half wall.
That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. Cool. So basically being up here, it sounds sort of five-head, but it's worth pointing out. Right here. This is basically, you can guarantee that a guy's going to be, because he's not going to get burned. He's smoked off here. And if, let's say he doesn't back off, it's worth mentioning that this is basically the one place where the guy has to be. Unless he's playing JKS, like down here. But unless he's not playing there, he's got to be up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's good. So
like,
it's good to know.
I'll throw the other util set again, considering I can remember it. Because like that's what it does. Like it mollies smokes this, and then you have this molly smoke here. It's awful trying to go against.
Yeah, it seems really. I have not played against a team with a full exec yet because we haven't played it in ESEA yet because we keep banning it. But it seems really awful to play.
I mean, your A anchor on this map has to be able to get one or two.
Yeah,
every time.
It's sort of like I feel like it's sort of like Dust 2B, the Dust 2B anchor. You gotta get one. If you don't get one, it's just like you really fuck your team over. Like you need to just at least be good for one.
For sure. If not, it's gonna be awful.
CS:GO is trash. Laugh my ass off. I know, dude. Fucking tell me about it. Jesus Christ.
True.
It's just unfortunate that no one has been able to make a better game. The second somebody actually makes a better game, we will all switch to it.
True.
And what does that speak about the current FPS fucking landscape? Yeah. Also, honestly, man, you know what we should really do, Trace? Although maybe you're too young for this. What am I saying? Maybe you're 20 years old. You're way too young for this. Honestly, man, we should all just go back to playing 1.6. That's the actual good.
I've played 1.6. I played 1.6 10 mins.
It's fun as fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, I remember playing Old Train, which was fun.
I mean, Val is better than CS. Okay, sweetheart. 1.6, man, is a hard ass fucking game. It's a fucking hard ass game.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love 1.6. I still play it all the time. I would play it more if I could, if I had more people to play with.
So, I would play 1.6 Polish gun game. So there's like a server that was still going on, and it was community server, obviously, and it was in Poland, and it was gun game, and it was a 24-hour server, 24/7.
That's fire, dude.
But you'd have like 150 ping to it every time trying to play it.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it more fun though, right? That's the true fucking EU experience.
Yeah. It's fun though. It's wild, fun. But it's fun.
It's fun, bro. All right, well, I feel like I've learned a lot here today. Thank you so much for this, Trace. I really, I'm going to send this VOD to my ESEA team, and I'm going to say, all right, fuckers, let's go.
Watch it.
Watch it. Let's do it, because we have always been looking. I was saying this at the beginning of the stream, I think, before you hopped in. I am not even trying to be a hipster. I seriously think of all the 7 maps in the active duty pool right now, I genuinely think Mirage is now bottom of the list for me. I think I would rather play literally any other map other than Mirage. Not because I think it's like dog shit or something. I just am so sick of it, and I just think it's so boring compared to the other maps that like I'm always looking for excuses to permaban like Mirage in league matches and stuff. Like,
oh yeah, I don't play Mirage like much at all.
I hate the map. I really don't like it.
Let's see, what did I play last night? I played 3 matchmaking games last night because I have 7 hours in the past 2 weeks, and 2 of them are from here.
How the mighty have fallen.
I know, right? I mean, just being busy.
No, that's good, bro.
And we played a Vertigo game, an Inferno game, and I don't remember what the third one was. Nuke. Played Nuke. So like we weren't playing any like typical pug maps.
Nuke is better than Mirage. Yes, definitely is better than Mirage. Nuke is probably the best map in CS. No, or you like Overpass more? Do you prefer Overpass or do you prefer Nuke?
I like Overpass. Oh yeah, I forgot to show this smoke. This smoke's pretty cool.
Where are you at? I can't see you because we're on opposite sides.
Yeah.
You middle?
You should be able to see me on your mini map.
True, I can. Yep.
So there's a smoke from here, and the center of the crane jump through.
Center of the crane, like the wheel?
The wheel.
Shoot it again? Just like the actual.
Whoa.
What are the chances, bro? What are the chances? This one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kind of just smokes this off.
That's good. Is this a problem? Fucking. God, I hate the snow clip line.
This gap? I don't know. Yeah. I never had this problem. This also could be.
Seems like it could be a problem, bro. You can play the.
The smoke used to land in it. It used to land inside the door. It could be.
Maybe they changed it. Yeah.
Things you love to see.
Love to see it, bro.
Yeah, I never had that problem.
If I do it on this, Is it doing it for you too?
Yeah.
What if I
used
throw
to
this
never have that
dot? Let's
problem.
just adjust to this like spec thing. It's deeper now. Right?
But
no,
there's the giant
there's
gap.
a giant gap. Fuck me. All right.
Because that used to be a smoke.
Yeah, there's a huge gap. Rip.
Let's see.
What if I do in between
Yeah,
the two?
I don't know.
Let me try in between the two.
Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, I never had this problem before.
No, same issue. With the backside angle here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this. This is a huge problem,
weird.
right? Like if you're here, you can actually use this smoke super advantageously to like peek out and
Oh
like,
yeah.
and then just
I mean,
cut and play.
it literally gives them a one-way up here.
You're right, actually. Fuck yeah. Yeah, don't throw
Hey,
that smoke.
never mind.
Kids, don't throw that smoke.
Oh,
That's
never mind.
You're gonna get
Old
your
Anubis, throw it. Old Anubis for playing on the old patch.
Do not throw this unless you are looking to literally throw. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, kids.
That's weird.
That's a dangerous,
Dude,
dangerous
that
smoke.
used to work. This smoke used to work. It's crazy.
Well, I want to be respectful of your time because I know you have to go at 2:30. Because you have stuff. So I will leave you to it. Thank you so much, man, for hopping in and for teaching me how to play this. Give me like the crash course on how to play this map so that I can play it. Because we are in the middle of the ESEA season, obviously, so I'd like to get this fucker going as soon as possible.
True.
Because if I play Mirage one more time, dude, I'm gonna fuck it.
How many times have you played Mirage?
Okay, only once, Trace, but we lost 16-14.
Pain.
It's pain. It's Spain without the S, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was rough. We won Inferno 16-2 last night though. So.
Ah, it's Inferno. What do you expect? You
I
probably
know.
had a max 7 half wall.
Yeah. We started CT and we won like, we actually won 16 in a row because I think they won pistol converted and then we won 16 in a row. But
Jesus.
anyway, it was it's Inferno.
That's crazy.
It's Inferno, man. It's Inferno. What do you expect?
True.
It doesn't
Yeah, you
count.
guys won
It does-
16 rounds in a row. You guys lost the first 2.
Exactly. Still things.
That's wild.
Yeah. Disrupt was yelling at us because we had 3 different 4Ks who failed to turn into aces, and he was screaming at us because we couldn't get aces.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
man.
for hopping in, man. I really appreciate it. I hope we can do it again with. I wanted to start with Anubis for obvious reasons because like it's the new map and everyone's trying to learn it. But I mean, honestly, like I think people would also probably be interested if we did this with like Ancient or even fucking Mirage, right? Like just
any of the popular maps,
any
honestly.
of the popular maps. You know, it's useful, really useful stuff. So thank you again, and maybe you'll pug with me on stream because I feel like every time we've pugged, it's always been just vibing.
Yeah.
When your schedule frees up a little bit, we can.
My schedule. My schedule is never free
I know,
anymore.
man. We can try some pugs.
Yeah. Shoot. I only like if I play like late at night.
Yeah.
Or like on the
good.
weekends.
We like pugging with each other because your elo is so high that and the FACEIT account I use is low enough that it creates the like if we win it's like plus 36, but if we lose it's like it's like 18. Like who cares? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah. But we can pug soon. Thank you for the stream, says Tech. That was really helpful. Thank you for hopping in, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah. It was fun. It actually like helped me like remember some of the things.
Yeah, I know you said before we did the stream, you were like, I actually haven't been scrimming Anubis super frequently because I'm not playing this season.
Yeah.
So like I'm not actually
Because I had scrimmed it a few times and then I got my schedule for the semester and I was like, yeah, never mind.
It's
brutal.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go,
Alrighty.
dude. Thank you for hopping in. And we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, no worries.
Awesome.
It was
buddy.
awesome.
See you.
Have a good one.
You too. Well, chat, that was lovely. I really hope you guys learned a lot. I think this stream is like really only for the super diehard CS:GO. Are we gonna duo queue it? We actually can't. We can't because Trace has to go. He had to go. It's why we're streaming. It's why we're streaming early today because he actually has to go. This was the only time that I could catch him. So. He cannot play. That's super informative. I'm really glad. It was really informative for me too. Like I said, I've actually played this map a fair bit. I haven't played it basically since it went active duty, and I haven't played it since they added like sort of all the little recent changes and stuff. So learning these different util sets was really useful. And I hope that you guys actually.
Throwing fire. Throwing flashbang. Flashbang.
Oh, hate this no clip on chat. Yeah, this is good. This is really useful. Get to class Zoomer. Class of 3, see a trace. Hello, Dimitri. Hello, Electro. Yeah, this is really, really helpful. Be sure to check out Danilo's Twitch stream, guys. He streams like really frequently, like almost every day, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Trace, but and he streams like Mythic Diamond. He streams like high-level FACEIT 10 games. He streams some of his matches. He's really good to learn from because he's just a really good CS:GO player. But he's also plug his stream in chat. Yeah, I should absolutely plug his stream in chat. Let me pop it up for you there, buddy. He's also just like, as you guys saw, he's a gigabrain CS:GO player. He's not just one of these like raw aim, like A-ramp Mirage demons, right? He actually is it. You learn a lot watching his POV. That's his stream. His audio kicked in. That's his stream chat. Let me plug it in chat right here, just so you guys have it. Be sure to check it out. He's really fun to watch. He's really fun to watch. So, yes. How's my day going? It's going good, Turnster. Yeah, that was your Minecraft stream, Trace. Yeah, just watch E2 versus Navi. No, I did not. I did not get a chance to today. I was filming and then streaming. I have not had a chance, unfortunately. I'll definitely check it out. Like, check out the highlights later, though. Yeah, I go watch Danilo for Minecraft. That's exactly what we go to Trace for, is high-level Minecraft gameplay. Fuck his CS:GO streams. He streams CS:GO? Well, chat, we learned some really useful utility today. I do feel very good about... and it's this, right? Yeah. Oh, no, I knew I fucked it up. I knew that one felt wrong. I got it. Oh, I hate this no-clip bind. I know it seems like I'm a noob at no-clip. I'm really not. I just usually have it on my mouse, and I'm using it on my keyboard, and it's like completely... It's these two. I did these two before. It's these two. That's why. Yeah. Liquid are not doing well against Big so far. I mean, it's Liquid. Did we expect any differently? Electronic was having a bad day in first map. Just a summary. Well, seems like everyone's having a bad day today. Thank you so much, chat, for tuning in. I'm not going to pug today because unfortunately I have stuff I actually have to do after the stream because it's a busy week. But honestly, thank you for tuning in. I would love to do this again. I would love to do this again with other maps. I would love to do this again with other like utility, other sets. Like I would think it would be really useful to... really useful for me, for you guys to learn. So please do let me know if you're interested in this kind of like super nerdy CS:GO breakdown stuff. Obviously, we will go back to pugging. Rest assured, the FACEIT streams are not going anywhere. It's just that I kind of wanted to do stuff like this in addition to sort of... Goodbye, FACEIT Demon Dimitri. Thank you very much, Electro. I am not the FACEIT Demon on this stream, but I do appreciate it. So yeah, let me know, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think it was really fun. I could listen to Trace talk about this stuff forever, and I just hope you guys feel the same and didn't get super bored, because he's very, very informative to listen to, and he actually, I think, synthesizes information extremely well. Yeah, consuming way more CS:GO content because of you. Thanks, man. That's super awesome to hear, Riskin. Thank you, dude. Yeah. That's it, chat. Little bit of a shorter stream today. I'm actually supposed to stream for 2 hours. I just usually push it to 3 because I enjoy streaming. But like I said, today I actually do have to run to do stuff. So it's just a regular 2-hour stream today. But we're going to be back on Tuesday. Same 2 p.m. EST, the regular time, for some FACEIT pugs. Excuse me. And then again on Thursday. And probably also FACEIT pugs, but we're going to see. Depending on what we want to do. So I will see you next week. And be safe. Enjoy CS this weekend. Enjoy your pugs. Enjoy pro games. Practice your smokes. Chat. Hop into a prac server. Practice your util. And And yeah, get some sick frags. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in again. Bye-bye.